There's a moment many people over 60 quietly experience, and almost no one talks about it. It usually happens at night. You're lying in bed, everything is calm, and then suddenly your leg tightens. A sharp, twisting pain grips your muscle. You try to stretch it, you try to breathe through it, but it won't let go. For a few seconds, or sometimes minutes, it feels like your body is turning against you. And here's the uncomfortable truth. That cramp, that sudden weakness, that loss of control, it's often not random. It's your body sending a signal that something is missing. And if ignored long enough, it doesn't just stay as cramps. It slowly turns into weakness, instability, and eventually loss of independence. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever had one of those painful leg cramps that made you stop in your tracks and wonder, why is this happening to me? Be honest. Because what most people don't realize is your muscles don't just weaken with age. They weaken when they're not properly nourished. And today, we're going to uncover something incredibly important. 5 simple vegetables, yes, just vegetables, that can dramatically reduce leg cramps and quietly rebuild muscle strength from within. But here's where it gets surprising. Most people either ignore these foods or cook them in a way that destroys their benefits completely. And by the time they realize it, their body has already started slowing down. So stay with me, because the last vegetable we'll talk about is one that even many doctors overlook, and it could change how your muscles feel within weeks. Now imagine this. A 72-year-old man wakes up every morning with stiff legs. Walking to the bathroom feels like effort. Climbing stairs? Even harder. He assumes this is just aging. But what if it's not? What if his body is simply lacking key nutrients that his muscles desperately need? Because research has shown something very clear. Muscle cramps and weakness in older adults are often linked to deficiencies. Not just calcium, not just potassium, but a combination of minerals and compounds that work together. And this is where your diet becomes powerful. Not expensive supplements, not complicated routines, just simple everyday foods. Let's start with the first one, spinach. Now at first, spinach might sound ordinary, almost too simple to matter. But this is where most people make a mistake. They underestimate it. Spinach is loaded with magnesium, and magnesium plays a critical role in muscle relaxation. Without enough magnesium, your muscles contract but struggle to release. That's exactly what a cramp is, a muscle stuck in contraction. Now here's something most people don't realize. As we age, our ability to absorb magnesium decreases. So even if you think you're getting enough, you might not be. And this is where things change, because adding spinach regularly, properly cooked, not overboiled, can slowly restore that balance. But wait, there's something even more interesting. Some people eat spinach and still experience cramps. Why? Because they combine it with foods that block absorption. Things like excessive salt or processed meals. So it's not just what you eat, it's how you eat it. Now think about your own routine for a moment. Do you regularly include leafy greens? Or have they quietly disappeared from your plate over the years? And this is where the second vegetable comes in. Sweet potatoes. Now this one surprises a lot of people, because when they think of muscle health, They think protein. But muscles don't just need protein. They need electrolytes. And sweet potatoes are one of the richest natural sources of potassium. Potassium helps regulate muscle contractions. It keeps the signals between your nerves and muscles smooth. Without it, those signals become unstable, and that instability shows up as cramps. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Many older adults unknowingly reduce potassium intake, either due to dietary restrictions or simply habit, and slowly their muscles start reacting. Tightness, fatigue, cramping. But once potassium levels improve, something shifts. Movements feel easier, recovery becomes faster, and those sudden cramps, they begin to fade. Now imagine this. A woman in her late 60s starts adding baked sweet potatoes to her weekly meals. Nothing drastic, just consistency. Within a few weeks, she notices something small. Her legs feel lighter, less tight in the morning, less restless at night. And that's how these changes begin. Quietly, gradually, but powerfully. Now hold on, because the third vegetable is where things take a deeper turn. Broccoli. Yes, broccoli. Often ignored, often disliked, but incredibly powerful. Broccoli is rich in calcium, vitamin K, and antioxidants. Now, calcium is essential for muscle contraction. But here's the key. It needs to be balanced with magnesium. Too much calcium without magnesium, and your muscles become tense. Too little calcium, and they become weak. Broccoli helps maintain that balance. But there's more. The antioxidants in broccoli help reduce inflammation. And inflammation is something many older adults deal with silently. Stiff joints, sore muscles, slow recovery, all of it connected. And this is where broccoli quietly supports your system. But here's the part most people miss. Overcooking broccoli destroys a large portion of its nutrients, turning it soft, mushy, and far less effective. So the way you prepare it matters. Light steaming, quick sauté. That's where the benefit stays intact. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you ate broccoli regularly? Not occasionally, but consistently. Because consistency is where the real change happens. And this brings us to something even more surprising. The fourth vegetable, beetroot. Now, beetroot is not just about blood. It's about circulation. And circulation plays a huge role in muscle health. Because your muscles need oxygen. They need nutrients delivered efficiently. And as we age, circulation can slow down. Not drastically, but enough to make a difference. Beetroot contains natural nitrates. These help widen blood vessels, improving blood flow. And better blood flow means better muscle function, less fatigue, less cramping. But here's where it gets interesting. Some people feel a noticeable difference within days. Others take weeks, because the body responds differently. But the direction is almost always the same. Improvement. Now picture this. A man who used to feel heaviness in his legs after short walks starts including beetroot salad twice a week. Slowly, that heaviness reduces. He walks a bit longer, feels a bit stronger, and without realizing it, his confidence starts returning. Because it's not just about muscles. It's about freedom. The freedom to move without fear. And finally, The fifth vegetable. This is the one most people overlook. Kale. Now, kale might not be common in every household, but its benefits are undeniable. It's packed with magnesium, calcium, and vitamin C, a powerful combination. But what makes kale special is its density. A small amount provides a large nutritional impact. And for older adults who may eat less overall, that matters. But here's the deeper insight. Kale supports not just muscles, but overall cellular health, helping your body function more efficiently. And when your body functions better, everything improves. Energy, strength, stability. Now pause for a moment. Out of these 5 vegetables, how many are actually part of your regular meals? Not once in a while, but consistently. Because this is where most people struggle. They know what's good, but they don't apply it regularly. And this is where things quietly decline. Not suddenly, but gradually, until one day, simple movements feel harder, and they wonder why. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way. Small changes, done consistently, can completely shift how your body feels. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just start with 1. Add it to your meals. Let your body respond. Then build from there. Because your body is always listening, always adapting, always responding to what you give it. And when you give it what it needs, it rewards you with strength, with stability, with freedom. So the next time you feel that tightness, that cramp, don't ignore it. Listen to it. Because it might just be your body asking for something simple, something natural, something powerful. And if this made you think even a little differently about your health, then take a moment. Share your experience. What changes have you noticed in your body over time? And if you found this helpful, stay with us. Because there's so much more your body is capable of when you start giving it what it truly needs.